Hello, my fellow modeling and tabletop gaming enthusiasts, and welcome to the Mediocre Modeler Show. This week we've got another out-of-box review slash I painted it up because I was super excited after Adepticon. I don't have the box anymore. This was done quite a while ago. We're going to take a look at the LuchaDOrx from Trenchworks, an awesome little kit that they've had for a number of years. Just a quick note, I am going to be reviewing the resin set. It was resin with some sort of a hybrid resin 3D printed set, but these have now moved to their new snap tray system. So they're all 3D printed on the quick little snap off tray. They've got a tutorial, or not a tutorial, but a video out there building their M18 Hellcat in the snap tray format. So definitely go check that out. So without any further ado, let's head on down and check out the LuchaDOrx. All right, y'all. So it's the day after I got home from Adepticon, and I can't wait to get into these. I want to get building these so I can start painting them because I oh my goodness, they're going to be awesome. So we're going to be taking a look at the Trenchworks LuchaDOrx. Oh yeah. So classic Trenchworks box, very sturdy boxes. I like how these go. As always, lots of nice bubble wrap inside. So we've got a couple of different things. We've got our packs of bases here, which look to be kind of have a nice little rim on them. I kind of have started to like rimmed bases a little bit more. So look like they're probably about 32 mil bases. Gonna have to find a fun way to do the bases because I think like a wrestling mat, something like that. I think on the box art they're blue. Yeah, so maybe something like that kind of represent a wrestling mat. So we've got our 5 bases, and then we've got our package of bits. And the nice thing is there's not a whole lot of extra stuff. They're, you know, just arms, heads, hands, torsos, legs. So let's get busy. Get all this stuff out. Okay, we've got our little bags for our 3D printed bits. Okay, so we'll start out resin cast legs, all in kind of dynamic poses with the classic little outfits. The wrestling boots, I think 4 out of 5 have got sort of the skinny shorts. And then we got one guy in longer shorts, you know, very muscled. So cast really, really well out of resin. A little bit of flash to clean up, but that's always the case with any sort of cast resin. You're always going to be cleaning up a little bit of flash, but nothing too bad. And then we'll, of course, clean up any seam lines that we find. Nothing looking too bad so far. And then we've got our torsos. I like how there's a mix of singlets with, you've got the single band, and then you've got the doubles, and then a couple that don't have any. So we've actually got an extra. We've got 6 torsos. Awesome. Awesome. You know, slots for the arms to fit in. That's always nice when you got a little bit of a recess for them to fit into. And then we've got the classic sort of hunched forward orc necks. So those look pretty awesome. Excuse me. Okay, so next we'll take a look at the heads. I do have every intention of sitting down and start gluing these guys together. So we're going to go ahead and just get right into it. I'm going to tear all these out of the bags. So we've got our various heads here. You can see they've all got the masks, different masks. We've got 6 different heads to choose from. And of course, these are 3D printed. We've got some with the exposed mouths, some that kind of hide in it. That's awesome. Nice little touches there. Man, these guys are going to be so much fun to do. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. Oh, boy. Okay, so we'll look at the arms next. Big muscled LuchaDOrx arms. Again, 3D printed. We got a couple that came off their raft, but that's okay. Very, very nicely done. I mean, Trenchworks really knows what they're doing when it comes to printing and resin casting. We got, I think, so we've got 10 arms total, so 2 sets of arms, which is really awesome. So everyone should have a corresponding pair. This one's about to fall off, but that's okay, because we're going to cut it off and glue it on anyway. So there's our arms. And then lastly, but certainly not least, we do have separate hands. So we can decide how we want to make all of these guys' hands look. And I know on, I think it's the Mashes, they've got some really interesting hand options. I mean, there's one guy going like this, which is pretty cool. So we've got all kinds of different hand positions, some closed fists, hands open to grab people and stuff like that. So Oh my goodness, these guys are going to look so cool when they are done. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get to work assembling these guys, and then we will come back for a look at how they look assembled. So I'm not at all sorry that we're going to take a break here so I can get these guys put together, but we'll be back. It'll just be a matter of seconds for you, and then we'll be back with our built LuchaDOrx. There they are, our LuchaDOrx. So got these guys all built up. Used just a tiny little bit of milliput around where their arms meet their torsos. I think that just has more to do with my placement of the arms than, you know, the fit of the castings themselves. But yeah, these guys are looking pretty cool. A little bit thrown off just by the different color, the resin, the cast resin and the 3D printed stuff. But we're going to get a coat of primer on these guys, and that'll even things up really nicely. You won't be able to tell the difference, and then we'll start getting these guys painted. So yeah, we'll just take a look at each one of these guys. And one of these guys will most definitely be painted as Nacho Libre. I think that's definitely gonna have to happen here. That's gonna be just too good of an opportunity to pass up. I think probably this guy is gonna be our Nacho. He is, yeah. He's the guy. Little something there. Yeah, we'll get that all sorted out. But yeah, so here we go. Here are our LuchaDOrx from TrenchWorks, all assembled, ready to be primed and get some paint on these big boys. So there you go. Now, if this isn't one of the most out of left field things that I ever had so much fun doing, it is the LuchaDOrx. As you can see, I say that a lot, don't I? Yeah. Well, these guys are all wrapped up. They're looking pretty good. I really like how they turned out. Nice, bright colors. Excuse me. Maybe they don't make the most sense color scheme-wise, but they still look good. And I like this orc skin recipe I got. Slightly modified recipe from Darcy Bono. Darcy Bono Creations, I think, is her YouTube channel. Haven't met her personally, just watch her videos. Love it. It's really easy to do. Turns out really well. Yeah. And then, of course, we got our last one here, supportive of our Exotico. So I've never been much of a wrestling fan, never really followed the luchadors, anything like that. But there is an excellent episode of the show Snap Judgment that deals with this, where I learned the term Exotico, which this one is definitely that one. The one that I'm probably most proud of here is I am calling him Nacho Libre. I mean, the color scheme isn't too far off from Nacho. Oh, look at that. We got a nice little goober on there. Oh, hey, it wants to stick around. I've been working on MDF on my work table. I was just finished building I totally spaced Boxcar Willie's shack. So, yeah. Love how this one turned out. And if I'd been thinking about it a little bit more, I would have put some red on this one and maybe switched the colors around. We could have had Hulk Hogan. Would have been kind of funny. Except Hulk Hogan's kind of just insane now. So, yeah. No, these guys turned out great. They were fun to do. Just, I don't normally get to paint with a palette this bright. You know, and even this isn't super bright, but I normally don't get to, everything's just grimdark. I don't get to paint bright colors and flashy colors, so it was kind of fun. Nice little break. So definitely consider, if you're interested, get yourself a set of LuchaDOrx from TrenchWorks. Man, these guys were so much fun to paint. I normally don't work with such a bright palette, but it was so much fun to do the LuchaDOrx. They're awesome. I love it. I mean, it's just an absolutely brilliant idea. So, no idea what I would run them as. I mean, I haven't touched any of my work stuff in months. But I love the LuchaDOrx. They're awesome. And like I said, they are now available in the snap tray format from TrenchWorks. So definitely go check those out. So as always, a link to TrenchWorks down below. There's also a link to the Wisconsin Maritime Museum where you can follow along with the USS Cobia restoration project, dry dock project, due to occur this fall, as well as my social media and
Warlord Games affiliate link. So definitely check that Warlord link if you're gonna, or if you're even remotely interested in getting on board with the new edition of Conflict 47. I am very excited. I can't wait to start hearing some more about what the new edition is going to entail. So there's been a couple of short stories out, so I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks we'll start to get some more ideas of how things are going to play. So yeah, it should be a pretty good time. So thank you very much, folks, for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed checking out the LuchaDOrx. God, they are just awesome. So if you feel so inclined, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing. And until next time, may your paints be thin, your brushes be pointy, and your dice be hot.